Hi, my name is June Norsworthy, and I photograph portraits primarily. They're not just ordinary portraits. I also photograph portraits of flowers, and I like to photograph them at night. And I specialize with the flower photography in focus stacking. So I love to focus stack. But as far as the portraits of people, I like to do what's known as eye candy portraiture. That's what I would call it. Generically, I like to dress people up in 1800s clothes, the Marie Antoinette aesthetic. So I have a lot of different costumery. I collect costumes. I've always been theatrically oriented, so I put my models and my friends and anybody in clothing that creates a mood. And I really love to work with lighting, because lighting is the key to making the portraits work, because otherwise you're just taking pictures of people in costumes, and the costumes become more important than the portraiture. What started me into photography when I was very young was going on a Girl Scout trip to a darkroom, and I thought that was really totally magical, and I knew that that had to be in my life. But it wasn't until my beginning of my third year in college that I had an opportunity to take a darkroom class from a protege of Jerry Uelsman, and it was in a very small storage closet where we had the darkroom. Similar to on the other side is where where we would drop the zinc plates into the acid to etch, to create the etchings. So it was in the printing department. And I created many, many composites using multiple negatives on the same piece of paper, the same piece of gelatin paper. And when I went to San Diego State College, I had these prints that I had made back in Florida that I entered into a contest, and they won a position into Young California Photographers. So then I knew, golly, somebody must think I can do something. I have an eye. So I was actually an art major, and I was painting. So that is where the tie-in with my portraits goes back to. It's emulating paintings. So I've emulated a couple of paintings, and I intend to emulate more. That's where this is going. I would say that not every group or social group that I am involved with would understand the work that I do. Particularly my church group wouldn't understand the work that I do with MegaCon cosplayers, or half-nude women, or women that are acting provocatively in a scene, or they're more like looking for a straight kind of photographer, you know, just do my senior high school student portrait. And I can do that, but the other work that I do is a little more interpretive, and I'm very discreet about the kind of work that I do, because I have started to incorporate AI, and that's also a controversial issue. So, you know, I just trying to get enough confidence up to, you know, show more of the work that I do, because I'm kind of a private person on that regard. Well, certainly, I would say that I feel that my work definitely needs to become more unusual. I would say the thing about doing the kind of work that I do, there's a lot of photographers that do it, and I study with many of them. You know, Leon Johnson came here and I study his work. I study quite a number of photographers, and there's even a photographer in Bucharest who I can't pronounce his last name, but his first name is Claude. And he creates some of the most interesting compositions, compositionally, you know, using the circle of the golden triangle, the rule of thirds, and there's so many more technical names to them, but just studying your compositions and looking at what you've already created and seeing how you could readapt some of those paintings, those portraits, or those photographs into a better composition just by studying some of the old masters and the way that they designed their photographs, and why one photograph could have more impact. So I'm looking for more impactful photography in my life. And whether that's photographing flowers, or whether that's photographing a reenactment of a painting, or a reenactment of a person wearing this most unusual elf outfit, and somehow taking those subjects and bringing them into an environment that I can create with AI is a desire of mine for the future.